Is everybody having a good time? I'm Nick. This is Carol. When Carol and I became parents, our thoughts naturally went to the future, and we worried about our children's future. Having met Sarah and her family, we have no worries. I can see Sarah and Kevin as a team will be unstoppable, and that puts a big smile on my face. So everyone, raise your glass to Kevin and Sarah.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Kevin's brother, Josh, and your best man tonight. Kevin and I, like most brothers, grew up wrestling, fighting, and eating everything in sight. When we were little, we destroyed toys with pieces strewn across the room, and we had sumo wrestling matches which one time ended up shattering a sliding glass door. Let the record show that at the time, I was still the bigger brother, so I was the one that won the sumo match. At college in Kansas, he became more a cowboy than many Texans, and by building a multi-day-long country playlist, he grilled wild game, and he backpacked into the mountains with nothing but beer, cribbage, and fishing to pass the time. After college, Kevin became an iron cowboy, managing truck drivers in different cities across the Midwest, delivering propane to warm homes and businesses. That job gave Kevin a lot of experience as a leader, with new problems to solve at every hour of the night, including drivers getting locked out, trucks being stolen, and engines imploding. But Kevin does not let anything slow him down, even a record cold Texas winter storm. Right at the beginning of the big freeze a few years ago, Kevin drove all day to Houston, where his new crew was located. Cars were spinning out everywhere, but Kevin was leading a caravan of people in his truck to the promised land of Houston. Houston greeted Kevin's arrival with no power, no hot food, and crazy drivers. He survived the big freeze living off of his signature dish of tortillas and peanut butter. I tell you all this to give you an idea of the wild mountain man that my brother is. He is someone who gets things done and is always on the move. It would take someone truly special to catch his eye and slow him down on his way to a Cowboys game, but Sarah is that amazing.
That's not.
I met Sarah by the beaches in California, and at the time I thought to myself I should write down the stuff that we talked about and use it as material in my best man speech in the future. Unfortunately, I didn't write anything down, and all I remember is that we shared funnel cake, because of course I remembered the food. I also remember that Sarah seemed like the perfect fit to mellow my brother's inner mountain man and get him looking as sharp as he does today by her side. It's amazing seeing how they work together and tackle problems as a team. One example was for Sarah's Montessori class, which has a lot of active learning stations for her kindergartners to engage with. She wanted a little play kitchen sink so that they could practice doing dishes. So when I went over to Kevin's apartment one day to watch movies and eat a whole tub of cookie two-step ice cream, that's his favorite, I found wood all over his apartment that he had bought and saws and other tools in order to build Sarah a little kitchen sink. That's what love is all about, and it makes me so happy to see Kevin and Sarah together. May God rain many graces down on you and your marriage, and may you be blessed with many kids so I can be a fun uncle. Cheers to the happy couple.
Good evening, everyone. I want to start by saying congratulations to the newlywed couple. It has been such an honor to be here with you for your big day. For those of you who do not know us, I'm Vicky.
And I'm Sydney.
And we are Sarah's maids of honor, with about 19 years of friendship between us.
About a year ago, Sarah asked us to be maids of honor, and while most little girls plan their wedding with their friends growing up,
we were busy memorizing the multiplication chart in the back of our planners under a tree during recess.
Don't worry, shortly later, I came along and saved them from themselves. Still, instead of planning weddings, we were busy planning sushi dates and birthday trips and going to Drake concerts. But one thing we did always discuss concerning future husbands is how we couldn't get married until we found someone who knew us better than we knew each other. So I thought I'd let you in on how we all became so close. So like Vicky said, they were busy doing math under trees, and I was definitely doing as little math as possible. So clearly their twosome needed a shakeup. So CVS for Sydney, Vicky, and Sarah was born. I know it's cheesy, but give us a break. We were 12. Sarah had what my dad called a revolving door at her house growing up. There was one specific time I remember showing up at Sarah's house in middle school, and another one of her friends was walking out as I was coming in.
And even though Sarah will be moving in with Kevin, she didn't hesitate to offer to kick him out for our girls' sleepovers. The revolving door lives on, thankfully.
Besides going over to Sarah's house, there wasn't really much to do except for going out to eat. We spent all of high school being regulars at Chipotle and Sushi Sam's. So one day, when Sarah decided to just be vegan without considering her friends first, she single-handedly ruined hangouts for like half a year. She spent literal months only eating Taco Bell's 7-layer burritos, but with 3 layers. It was truly the most ridiculous fast food order of all time. Of all Sarah's phases, I am most excited that one is over. In the next phase, I anticipate I will be seeing Kevin at a lot more of our movie dates and sushi dates. And these dates will really become their dates, with Vicky and I as third wheels. See, something childhood friendships teach you is to accept people's changes and growth. I have loved and found it an honor to be a part of every phase of Sarah's life. I cannot wait to see you grow and change through this next phase. Thank you for always being down for a dummy mission and being the responsible friend.
I'm not great with words or at expressing my emotions like Sarah is, but if there was ever a time to, it's today. I'm so grateful for decades of friendship and love and your selflessness. Even in your busy schedule, you never fail to make time for the people who matter to you. I know you're only a call away anytime I have a problem in life. You never get tired, you never get annoyed, and I have a lot of stupid problems. I can't emphasize how lucky Kevin is to get the same thing now. Well, maybe not exactly the same thing.
I also want to thank you, Kevin, for taking care of our friend now and forever, and thank you for knowing her even better than we do. But always remember, she may love you more, and you may know her better, but at least we met her first. And since the couple met at a baby shower, hopefully at your future baby shower, maybe we'll have some luck. And on that note, everyone raise your glasses and cheers to the couple for a lifetime of friendship and love.
What is up, everyone? We are the bride's brothers and also glorified hype men. So let's make some noise. Let's make some noise. Come on, let's get hyped. All right, everyone having a good time? Wow, I am so honored that my sister asked us after the best man and after her maids of honor to come in here and make a speech. And honestly, I thought, wow, we have so many great things to share about our beautiful little sister, Sarah.
Psych! This is the roast of Sarah Pinto.
Yeah. All right. So Sarah, make sure you have yourself a nice drink because we're about to turn up the heat.
For the record, before you think that we are terribly mean older brothers, she did ask for this.
Honestly, my sister just likes punishment. Every day she wakes up and deals with screaming children for fun. And as a recent dad, I would run the other way.
So Sarah's always been one of the boys. So much that when we were younger, there was a brief period of time where she actually requested us to call her Timmy. Which is probably why she sucked at selling Girl Scout cookies.
Ain't nobody buying Girl Scout cookies from a Timmy.
But legitimately, it's probably because she was actually a brat. There was one time that we went to my mom's office and she was selling Girl Scout cookies and she just wanted to go home and people were running after her to buy Girl Scout cookies.
Hey, can I buy some cookies?
No!
But believe it or not, Sarah's gone through a lot of phases.
Sarah is a huge phase girl. We're gonna take a little trip down memory lane to tell you some of our favorite phases.
When Sarah entered this world in late 1997, honestly, she was a terrorist. But it shouldn't be expected considering she was from Saudi Arabia.
There was the phase where Sarah exclusively communicated with primal grunts.
Good morning, Sarah. Sarah, would you like some breakfast? Are you ready for school? And sadly, her animal tendencies did not end there. There was a period of time where Sarah decided to sleep in a tree because somehow that was going to save the polar bears from drowning. Today, honestly, inspired and passionate Sarah is a force to be reckoned with, but back in the day, it was a guaranteed train wreck.
There was the time that inspiration led her to another phase, the cooking from scratch from Julia Child. There was a time that she cooked for 8 hours of beef bourguignon, and it tasted like cheeks. And then afterwards, she was like, I hate cooking.
Honestly, that was a blessing. I couldn't sit through another one of those meals.
And the irony of the beef bourgeoisie is that later, bringing us to our favorite phase, the vegan phase. But thank God this was a phase, because as we all know, Kevin would not marry a vegan.
And just in case you think we've hit rock bottom, we must go back one more story where we as a family went to India and we said it was early in the morning and went to go get a coffee at Cafe Coffee Day. And the waiter comes up to take our order and Sarah looks at him and says, Cafe Coffee Day, what are you guys serving tomorrow?
Not surprisingly, we went to Starbucks. Now that wedding planning's done, I heard she's picking up a new hobby. Might be going back to vegan.
Yeah. And please don't do that because poor Kevin will get a heart attack. Not only because he hasn't eaten a vegetable since 1999, but for real, man, eat some vegetables. You might look like you're 26, but in reality, as Aaron might tell you,
Kevin is a 40-year-old man in a 26-year-old body. We're coming after you too, don't worry. We got you a wedding gift. It's a phone holster for easy access to your AARP card. But I think he's going to use that holster for something else. Pew pew.
Oh, that's totally mine. All right. Yeah, in reality, we always knew Sarah was a couple screws loose. But thank God she married a handyman because some things might be about to get fixed.
Kevin is the guy who legitimately just goes to Home Depot to hang out.
Excuse me, sir, do you work here?
Yeah. But in all reality, some 40-year-old men are reliable. And I am genuinely grateful to have Kevin as a future brother-in-law. I do want to tell a story. There was one time that really mattered a lot to me. There was actually, if you guys know, Mitesh Patel, he gave a speech at Nathan's wedding last time. He had a bachelor party coming up, and there was a snowstorm freeze that actually happened January last year, if you guys remember it. And during that time, I actually needed to have an emergency passport appointment to go ahead and go to the bachelor party. Long story short, there was a point where I actually had to get an appointment, and I called. It was a federal hotline, and like a lot of government programs, yeah, you just have to answer on the spot. They said, hey, we can actually seat you at 7:30 tomorrow morning in Houston, and this is amidst of a storm while I'm in Dallas. Do you think you could make it? And in the back of my mind, immediately I flashed. I was like, yeah, I said yes, because I knew without even consulting Kevin that I could rely on him, that he could take me to Houston. We'd go in his truck, and that's exactly the type of guy that I want to marry my sister. I'm so happy for it.
Honestly, yes, for sure. Cheers to Kevin. 8 hours round trip in the snow. What a future brother-in-law. I'm gonna have something to do for you later. Just kidding. But honestly, we're so happy that the two of you have gotten together. And as a elder statesman and someone who's also married, I think I want to piggyback off Father Zach when he talked about putting on the cross and sacrificing. And when somebody sacrifices you, you have to go the extra mile. Considering that Kevin lived with my in-laws for the last 2 months, Sarah, you don't need to just go the extra mile. You need to go freaking marathon. Like the poor guy in wedding season living with his in-laws. Sarah wasn't there, just Kevin. that is a cross you got to try to match.
Sarah, you legitimately are one of my best friends. I care about you a lot, and I'm so proud and happy for you on this day to give you off to such a good, loving guy with an amazing family. And I'm so looking forward to having you guys as a couple for the rest of my life to share with.
We honestly are so blessed as older brothers to have you as younger sister. You've softened us, at least me, at least. You've helped us be better people. You've pushed us in every way. We're so grateful to have you. So everyone, let's raise a glass. And let's hope they give Avila a cousin soon. Cheers.
We've got people that came from all over the world, and Sarah and I are so thankful that you guys are here to celebrate with us. Thank you for traveling and making the sacrifice to come see us. Another thank you needs to go to Mr. and Mrs. Pinto, because they put in a lot of work and a lot of effort for today, and thank you for that. Also, thank you for putting up with me for the last 2 months. I'm not great. I wake up early and I go to bed early, so thank you for that. You guys are amazing. Thank you for welcoming me into your family. Thank you very much, and again, thank you to everyone that showed up today. Sarah and I are so thankful for every single one of you that came.
I just wanted to say a quick thank you as well. A lot of people asked me what was the thing that you were most looking forward to while planning a wedding. And being a genuine answer, I said that I was mostly excited because about 95% of the people that we truly care about were going to be in one room. And I think that's really amazing. So I really appreciate all of you for coming. Yesterday I was able to give a speech about my mom because it was her birthday, but today I want to thank both my mom and my dad. Everything is so beautiful in here, and I could not do this without them. So thank you so much, Mom and Dad, for helping Kevin and I with this beautiful night that we're all going to get to celebrate together. And I want to I feel like I can't call you Mrs. Lopez anymore. That's a little weird, but Kevin's parents, thank you so much for being so supportive and for welcoming me into your beautiful family. You guys made me feel right at home from the start. It was really intimidating because they live in California. First time I met my in-laws, I had to go stay with them for a whole weekend, but it was great because they were so sweet and loving to me the entire time. So cheers to my new mom and dad. And I don't want to call y'all my old mom and dad, but my biological mom and dad. Cheers.